So good morning, batch 1. Okay. So today I am going to discuss about the tacheometric survey. In the last class we discussed about trigonometrical leveling, right? In the trigonometric leveling, what you need to find? Height and distance, right? Similarly, in the tacheometric survey also we are going to make use of theodolite. So by using this, we are going to have height and distance. So basically, all the telescope having crosshairs, right? So like this, you are going to find crosshair. So as per, if you see the dumpy level, in the dumpy level also you will find crosshair. Is it or not? Yes. So same thing, you will find this kind of crosshair. So in the crosshair, if you see, so there is a top, bottom, and middle. So 3 crosshairs you are going to have, right? So you are going to bisect the point where it is coinciding with the vertical line, right, at the center. So likewise, so in the tacheometric survey, we are going to have 2 methods to getting height and distance. What are those? One is stadia method. Second one is tangential method. Tangential method. Okay. So these are the 2 methods we are going to have. Okay. First, we are going to discuss stadia method. In the stadia method, first I am going to assume just a ground, okay, ground line. So on this ground line, so this point I am going to have my instrument. Which instrument? Theodolite. Okay. So this theodolite, I am just drawing the telescope diagram. Okay. I am just drawing the telescope diagram. So in this telescope, this is your eyepiece, right? And here, this is the object lens. This is the object lens. Okay. And this is your center point of your theodolite. Okay. So this is the center point of your theodolite. So this center point of theodolite is nothing but it's an instrument point, right? It's an instrument point. Now here, what I'm going to do? So I'm going to keep one leveling staff. Okay. I'm going to keep one leveling staff. So at this leveling staff, so whatever I'm going to see from the eyepiece, you will form a triangle like this. So this object lens, say this point is O, okay, object lens point is O, and here, from here, you will have the vision like this coming out. So this, whatever you are going to view from here, okay, so this is your top hair, and this one is your bottom hair, okay. So I am going to have these 2 hairs. So these 2 hairs, if you are going to connect, so this point I am going to denote A, small a, and the bottom hair I am going to denote small b, okay. And this line of sight, what the eye we are going to have, so this line of sight going to coincide at this point, okay, at this point. And this, from this point, if you see, so the top hair is going to coincide with the leveling staff at the top here. And similarly, this point of line of sight for the bottom hair, it is going to coincide at this point, okay. And here I am going to denote whatever the reading you are going to get here. So this I am going to say A, okay, capital A, and this one is capital B, okay. And from here, whatever you are going to have the center one, so this will be your line of sight, okay, line of sight, or you can say the horizontal axis, okay, line of sight or horizontal axis, or you can say line of collimation, okay. So these are the terms we are going to use. What is that? Line of sight, line of collimation, or horizontal axis, okay. Horizontal axis, when we are going to say, when this angle is exactly at the vertical angle is exactly coinciding with 0 degree. So then only we are going to say horizontal axis. If it is not coinciding with 0 degree, if you are having some vertical angle, okay, like this, so there won't be horizontal angle, okay, it will be inclined axis, okay, it will be inclined axis. So that is the difference. So here we are going to have line of sight, okay, line of sight or line of collimation. So up to here, is there any difficulty to understand? No? Okay. Now this point is O, this point is A, this point is B, and this point I am going to denote C, okay, C. And the distance between this instrument point to the object is staff, okay, object is staff. So from instrument point to the object, so I am going to denote distance D, okay, distance D. Now coming to the lens now, okay. So here I am going to have the focal length from lens, object lens to the staff, I am going to denote F1, okay, F1. And from this staff, from this object lens to the eyepiece, so I am going to denote F2, okay, F2. And total focal length, where F is equal to focal length, that I am going to denote, that I am going to get F1 plus F2. So this will be your total focal length, okay, this will be your total focal length. And yeah. So this will be your focal length, f1 plus f2. Okay. Next, next from center of the instrument point to the object lens, whatever the distance going to cover. So this point I am going to have small d. What is that? Small d. Okay, small d. Now if you find the distance in terms of focal length and distance, this one, so what will be the d? D is equal to f1 plus small d, right? Small d. Okay. So is there any difficulty to understand this one, this concept till now? No? Are you having any doubt? No doubt? Shall I continue? Okay. Now here I am going to get two triangles now. Okay, two triangles, that is OAB and OAB, means small AB. So these are the two triangles what I am going to have. So by having these two triangles and whatever the distance from A to B, I am going to say I. Okay, I, small I. And this one, capital A to B. So this I am going to denote S. What is S? Staff. Yes, staff intercept. Okay, where S is equal to staff intercept. Staff intercept, and where I is equal to stadia interval. Okay, stadia interval. Okay, where I is stadia interval, where S is staff intercept. Okay. So these are the terminologies, you have to keep it in your mind. Okay. So later we'll get into the derivation. Okay, how we are going to calculate D. So also if you want to calculate V, okay, suppose your point is here, say Q, this point. If you want to get RL at this point, so first what we need to do? First we need to get what will be the V, right? So this is V, vertical height. Okay, vertical height, and yeah. So vertical height. That's all. So now, by having this two triangle OAB and triangle O capital AB, that is if you have F1 by F2 is equal to, with a similar triangle, right? F1 by F2 is equal to S by I. Can I write like this? Yes. Say this equation number 1. Okay, say this equation number 1. So in the second I am going to have 1 divided by F, where F is focal length. Okay, 1 divided by F is equal to 1 by F1 plus 1 by F2. Can I have like this? Right? And you just multiply this entire with F1. Okay, F1. So it will be what? F1 divided by F is equal to F1 divided by F1 plus F1 divided by F2. Okay, so this F1 get cancels, F get cancels. I want what? F1. Okay, what will be the equation for F1? So F1 I am going to have, what is that? F1 into F divided by F2 plus F. Okay, so this is this equation I got. Okay, so now you know what is D. What is D? D is equal to F1 plus small d, right? F1 plus small d. So D, so I am just substituting that F1 in this D. Okay, D equation. So D is equal to where here this one. Okay, fine. If you are having that kind of doubt, okay, I will eliminate that also. Wait. So F1 is equal to F1 by F2. That is equation number 1. What is that? S by I, okay, into F plus F. Okay, is it fine? So this value I am going to substitute there. So D is equal to, where F1, that is S by I into F plus D. Right? Now next what I am going to do, again I am going to jumble this all the equation in the proper format. So I am going to write F by I into S plus F plus D. Okay, F plus D. So this is this term having f by I and plus f plus d. Okay, so here what I'm going to do, so this I'm going to keep it as a constant. Okay, so which I kept it in the bracket, so that I'm keeping as a constant. So f by I I'm going to say k. Okay, k, and where f plus d, that is say c. Okay, c. Now this k will be multiplication factor, is it or not? K is having multiplying factor, and where c is what is c? Is it multiplying or additive? So this is additive factor. Okay, additive factor. So where k is multiplication factor, where c is additive factor. So the final equation for d is, what is d? D is equal to ks plus c. So this is your formula for getting d. Okay, for getting d. Now you have this triangle, right? From here to here, you know the distance, and you don't know what will be the hypotenuse, right? The inclined length, but you can able to have this height. How? So I'm just taking out. Okay, so this is v. Okay, and say this is your d. D already we got this equation. Okay, and where v, to calculate this v, what formula I can put? Say this is your theta. Okay, theta. So to getting v, how are we going to calculate that? Any idea? Tan theta. So tan theta is equal to opposite by adjacent, right? Good. So opposite is v and adjacent is d. So v is equal to, so here only I am going to write. Okay, v is equal to d tan theta. Okay, tan theta. So where d, you substitute this value, that is ks plus c tan theta. Okay, so this is the equation for v. Okay, now finally what we need to get now? RL of q. Okay, RL of q. So how are we going to calculate that RL of q? RL of q is equal to, if you know the RL of instrument point. Okay, so this point I am going to say P. Instrument point I am going to denote P. If you know the RL of P, okay, RL of P, RL of P, RL of P plus, and the instrument height. Instrument height. How are you going to get the instrument height? Yes. So instrument height, you're going to keep one leveling stuff that side. Okay. So I already told you, to getting the instrument height, always RL plus backside. Okay, RL plus backside. So here, say this is if, okay, so if you know the height of this, then it is well enough. Okay, otherwise you can do one thing. So you just keep the leveling stuff anywhere. Okay, and you just have the side, and say this is your benchmark. Okay, benchmark, and whatever the distance you're going to have, say this is h. Okay, which one? This one, huh? This side. Let it be. Let it be. If the, see, this is undulation. His point is, if this is coming bottom of this point, okay, this point, bottom of this point, if it is coming like this, let it be, no problem. Because RL of the ground, it's going to be vary from point to point. But the axis of line with respect to the RL, it will be the same. Okay, it will be the same. If you know the RL of benchmark, okay, RL of benchmark. So here in the equation what happens? RL of benchmark plus RL of RL of benchmark plus h. Okay, plus h plus, so up to h you will get this side, right? So what I want? Q, right? Q I want. So plus h minus v. Minus v. Yes. So minus v, I will get what? RL of q. Suppose if your q is here at this point, q. So again this v we have to add on. Okay, we have to add on. Also we need to get this point. Okay, that we'll discuss in the next. Okay, in the next concept. So this concept of getting distance and vertical height. So is it okay? So shall I get into the next this thing in the stadia method? So in the stadia method you will have different methods, okay, different types. Different types means this is if the object is accessible, okay, if the object is accessible. Accessible means the bottom of this object is accessible. If it is not accessible, then so that is also having another format, okay. So is that clear, this concept? So no difficulty to understand? D, V, nothing? So shall I rub it? No? Shall I rub or no? Say me fast. Shall I rub it? Don't worry, I am forwarding the notes, okay. By today evening I will forward the notes, you can refer that. And also there will be record will be there, so you can refer to the record also. So I am just rubbing out, okay. So anyhow today you are doing this theodolite survey, okay, theodolite survey. So there you will have the clear picture, okay. So whatever the explanation I am giving now, so we will get the clear picture. Now here again we are going to have distance and elevation formulae for staff vertical and it's going to be your inclined side. So you have to understand this, okay. So you have to understand this distance and elevation formula for staff vertical, okay. Staff vertical means, say this is your ground, so this is your ground. So here you are just keeping your instrument, okay, this point, instrument point, and here you are going to keep your leveling staff vertical, okay, leveling staff vertical. But here the line of sight will be inclined. So this is your object lens, okay. So this is your object lens. So from this lens, if you see the sight on the leveling staff, you will have that like this, okay. This is your inclined sight, okay, inclined sight. That is what it means. So vertical staff and inclined sight. So as we know, so this is the object lens, right? And here with the help of the stadia you are going to have two readings, that is bottom and top here, right? And this point I am going to say A and B, and this point is C, okay. So with respect to this, if you are going to have the sight like this, so normal to the inclined side, so it comes like this, right? Normal to this inclined side. So this normal to this inclined side, so if you measure the distance from the center point of the instrument, so this length will be your L, capital L. Is it or not? Because I am keeping this side inclined, but this is vertical. Suppose if you are going to have the what normal to this inclined side, normal means are you catching my point? Because this side is inclined, but you are keeping vertical stuff, but it's supposed to be inclined, right? Like this. So for that purpose, so this A point is there. So here you're going to have A dash. So this you need to find, and here you're going to have what? B dash. Okay, B dash. So I'm just enlarging this figure. Say this is A, this is A dash, B, B dash. Okay. So there is a triangle which is coming. So this angle you need to get. So for getting that, so whatever the stadia angle which is going to form, so that I am going to say beta. Okay. Stadia means top and bottom here. Okay. So that angle I am going to denote beta. So beta is constant. So beta is constant. So beta value always going to be how much? That is 34 minute 22 seconds. Okay. So this is the constant value beta. For you take any instrument, so this will be the constant value beta. So this beta you're going to have this angle, okay, this angle. So the line of sight will be like this, right, and this one will be like this, and the another one is coming like this, right. So just I am enlarging that. So if you are going to take the triangle a dash, say this is C, so to getting the angle a dash C is equal to, so usually that is vertical, right, so it is going to be vertical means 90 degree, so 90 degree plus beta by 2. Why I am going to do beta by 2? Because this angle is beta, okay. So if you take the separate triangle, so this will become your beta by 2 and this will become your beta by 2. So that is why I am going to add beta by 2 to getting this angle, okay. Next, angle B dash C is equal to 90 degree minus beta by 2. Why I am going to put minus? Because I told you, if the line of sight, above the line of sight, whatever you are going to have, so that will become your plus. So that will be the angle of elevation. Okay, angle of elevation always going to be plus above this line of sight. If the angle of elevation is below the line of sight, you have to take minus. Okay, so that will become angle of depression. Have you understood the concept? Angle of elevation and angle of depression. So above this is angle of elevation, below this is angle of depression. So that is why I am going to minus. Okay, I am going to deduct this part. So minus beta by 2. Okay. Now here we know the beta by 2 value. What is that? 90 degree plus, so divided by 2 means 17 minute 11 seconds. So 90 degree minus 17 minute 11 seconds, right? So if you see this, so this one which is coming under minute, okay, so it's a very least value. It is not even degree, it is not even half a degree below that. So this value is very least, so that we are going to neglect this value. Okay, we are going to neglect that value, and what we are going to say, angle a dash C is equal to angle B dash C is equal to 90 degree, right? So can I write like this? So both are same. Yes? Yes, any doubt? No? Okay. Now I will take triangle AC A dash, okay. So in this, A dash C is equal to AC cos theta, is it? Angle AC A dash, okay, by taking this angle, okay, because this angle is 90 degree, okay. So here if you are going to take like that, so what will be the formula here? A dash C is equal to AC into cos theta. So where cos theta is equal to adjacent by hypotenuse, right? So hypotenuse is AC here, okay, hypotenuse is AC. So AC into cos theta. So is there any doubt? No. Okay. So similarly I can write A dash B dash is equal to AB cos theta. Shall I write like this? A dash B dash is equal to AB cos theta, right? I can write, yes. So where AB is equal to, as we know, what is this AB? Yes. Yes is nothing but staff intercept. So yes cos theta, okay, yes cos theta. So I am going to put direct yes cos theta like this, okay. Now we will calculate L now, okay, we will calculate L. So what will be the equation for L? So where L is equal to, so we have the always the constant value, right? Constant value, that is K, okay, K A dash B dash plus C. And here this K into A dash B dash we already calculated, that is S cos theta plus C, okay. So this will be the equation for L, right? Yes or no? For the inclined length. And next, if you want to calculate D, so for the D, so we have this, okay, so we already got this length, that is L. Now with respect to that, so if you are going to have D, okay, D, so D is equal to L cos theta, okay, L cos theta. So why I am going to put this L cos theta? Because this L where it is going to end up at this level, right? At this level. But our D is from this point to the vertical shaft. So that is why we are going to have where cos theta is equal to what? Adjacent by hypotenuse, right? So where adjacent value we have, if you are going to have this theta, so adjacent value will be, what will be the adjacent value here? Theta? L or D? Yes, D, and hypotenuse will be L. So D is equal to L cos theta. So that is what I have written here. Okay, L cos theta. So after having this, you substitute the value of what? D. L. So L is Ks cos theta plus C into cos theta. So where Ks cos square theta plus C cos theta. So this is the final equation for getting D. Okay, final equation for getting D. So if you know the D, can you able to get height? Yes, can you able to get height? Height, that is V. So we are getting from this line of sight, right? So from here to here. So this will become your V. Okay, this will become your V. And from the line of sight to this ground level, so I am going to denote R. Okay, small r. So R. So why I am putting this? Because we need to get the RL at this ground level, Q. Okay, RL at this ground level, Q. Now we'll find what will be the V now. So for V, so we know D, right? We know D. So V is equal to, yes, tell me. V is equal to D tan theta, yes. D tan theta, okay. So where D is equal to Ks cos square theta into tan theta plus C cos theta into tan theta. So this will be the final equation for V. Is it? Yes? Okay. Now you got V. Now you just tell me to get RL of Q. RL of Q is equal to what? RL of Q is equal to, say you know RL of instrument point. Okay. So RL of instrument point is given. Okay, this point is RL of instrument point. So without having any benchmark, if you know directly RL of instrument point, okay, so we can able to have the height, right? So RL of Q will be, tell me, RL of Q, that is RL of instrument axis, okay, instrument axis plus, so this is your instrument axis, plus V minus R. Is it? Minus R. You will get RL of Q. Now similarly, if you are having line of sight in the depression, okay, so this is your line of sight. With respect to that, whatever you are going to have the sight at this leveling shaft, it is in the depression. So there, from here to here, it will be V, okay, and this will become your, this V always will sight exactly line of sight, okay. So this is V, this one is R, okay, this is V. So similarly you are going to have like this 3, top, bottom and middle, okay. So the center one we are going to consider V. Here also we consider the same thing, from center to the horizontal axis. So here also from center to the horizontal axis, okay. If this is your case, even the equation you will get the same thing, okay, equation you will get the same thing. But when you are going to calculate the RL of Q, that is RL of the instrument point, okay, RL of instrument point, then you tell me minus V minus R, right, minus R, you will get RL of Q. So this is for depression. So this is for elevation, this is for depression, okay. So have you understood these two concepts? Yeah. So in the next class we will discuss the other concept, okay, in the Tacheometric method. So this one we kept vertical, okay. What is that? Leveling shaft. When we are going to keep the vertical, so how we are going to calculate the D and V, okay, distance and height. If you are going to keep this leveling shaft inclined, normal to the side, then what will be the equation? So that also we are going to study, okay, in the next class. So after that, two equations for tangential method, okay. So then we'll go for the problems. Okay, 2 problems I am going to do. So if you understood this concept, you can easily do any kind of problems. Okay, you can solve any kind of problems. So this concept should be clear in your mind. Okay, usually this RL of instrument won't be having, because you have to take. How are you going to take this RL of instrument? By having the backside, right? Having the backside on what? On what? On benchmark. Okay, on benchmark. So after having that backside value only, you can able to have the instrument height. So in the problem, what they're going to say, they will give direct RL of instrument. Okay, in the question, if you see the paper, so they will directly, they're going to say RL of instrument, so this is the value. So that time you have to directly substitute. Okay, there you no need to get the RL of instrument separately. Okay, so yeah, that's all for today's class. Any doubt? No doubt? Okay.